Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Big Brian Dacus is in the house. And, man, we are busy. We ain't been on air since, well, at least I haven't, since Wednesday. And I don't know if you know this, but it's been a lot of food, a lot of family, and a lot of dadgum football, plus some Tiger hoops tearing it up in the Bahamas until the championship game, of course, against Villanova. It was a Memphis versus everybody, or Memphis versus Philadelphia Friday. Got him in football, couldn't take care of him in basketball. But when the AP comes out with the Tiger basketball team today, I have to feel they're going to be ranked pretty high. And I'm not talking about, they'll be in the top 25. I don't know how high they will be. But, man, what a damn good start to the season. We're going to talk a lot of Tiger basketball today. 11:30, we got Terry Davis from the Tri-State Defender, the new Tri-State Defender, joining us, breaking down all things Tigers, talk a little bit of Grizzlies, all kinds of good stuff at 11:30. So don't you go anywhere. Don't forget here, in about 3-4 minutes, we're going to talk some college football with Jake Crane. And for all the great games that we had this Thanksgiving holiday stretch, I mean, we had football wall to wall all over the place. The Michigan game, the Ohio State game, a lot of great football. None were like the Iron Bowl. What is it about Jordan Hare and crazy things happening? That 4th down and 31. Oh my gosh, Jalen Milroe. My man is just standing there. They're only rushing 2. For some reason, they got a spy on him. You want the quarterback to run in that situation. Again, fourth and goal from the 31. Had to be a touchdown. Had to be. They're down by 4. They got to score on 4th down. And just stood there, and you got single coverage on the far left side. Dude throws a BB. Wide receiver makes a great catch. But we can talk about the defensive coordinator for Auburn going out there and putting the backup punt returner on that team. Again, only rushing 2. I understand putting all the bodies in the end zone, but why do you have your back to the quarterback? You got to be able to see the ball to beat the ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're standing in the end zone and you got 4 dudes standing in the end zone, all eyes forward. Get that ball down. We'll talk about Auburn, Alabama, the Iron Bowl. We got to talk about it. You know, it's championship week, baby. Championship week. If you haven't seen the great games that we're going to see, well, you're just not paying that much attention. Well, I'm here to help you out because championship week is going to be buck wild. Oregon and Washington, that's going to be Friday night. By the way, that'll also be December 1st. Can you believe that the last month of the year is almost here?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Crazy. So everybody, by the way, hope you're getting your kids your Christmas shopping done. Don't wait till the last minute because that'd be terrible. Check out Scooters Plus at 3425 Summer Avenue. Go over there, parts, repair, sales, and service, ATVs, UTVs, scooters, trikes, bikes, you name it. They got it. Go-karts, all the things, all the cool things the kids want. Maybe your husband wants a new golf cart. Maybe he wants a side-by-side. But anyway, 3425 Summer Avenue. Go online to scootersplus.us. Their showroom hours, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. But my goodness, we got Oregon, Washington on Friday. Saturday, we wake up. Oklahoma State and Texas for the Big 12. Georgia and Alabama for the SEC. You got SMU and Tulane playing that for the American. Michigan and Iowa. Michigan should beat the brakes off of Iowa. What a large line that is. Michigan currently a 23.5-point favorite. Louisville and Florida State. Florida State's only a 2-point favorite over Louisville, who basically crapped the bed when they played Kentucky. A lot of stuff happened this weekend. We got coaching changes, coaching talk. We got it all, but it's time to talk to the best in the business, and that would be Jake Crane from Crane & Company. You can watch him almost every damn day, especially Monday through Friday. If you're tired of the same old sports talk, BS arguing, just put it on YouTube. Go to Crane & Company. By the way, you don't have to deal with commercials. They just go right through, and they ball. Jake, did you have a beautiful, beautiful... Man, my computer ain't working. Can you do me a favor and please turn that on? What up, Jake?
What's up, man? It was pretty much outside of one play.
an amazing weekend, depending on who you're rooting for. But no, man, I mean, college football it absolutely continues to deliver. Absolutely continues to deliver.
It does. It does deliver. And there's just so much to talk about. Everybody, it's championship week. You got Sharon Moore, out coach Ryan Day. You have crazy stuff happening at Jordan Hare. Mike Elko's replacing Texas, Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. You got Lebby, my man, going from OC to the top dog at Mississippi State. We got a lot to break down, but I want to start with the Iron Bowl. Ohio State, Michigan, you had 2 versus 3. You have all these great games going on. Why is it, how is it that Auburn gets slapped by New Mexico State, but they also played Georgia and Alabama better than anybody this year?
Well, look, it goes to show you it's one of the many, beautiful things about college football and the rivalries, that we have. And look, in the NFL, the difference between, the worst team and the best team is smaller than it is in college. But that doesn't mean that if you're a 6-5 team or you're a 4-6 team, we've seen it before, that you can't knock off a top dog, because it means so much. And look, a lot of these places in college are in small towns. You are defined by your college football team, especially where I'm from in the South. So at the end of the day, when you're playing not even your neighbor, but your brother in the Iron Bowl, it does just mean more, to take the slogan from the SEC, and guys punch above their weight because, you feel like you're playing for something bigger than yourself. And again, it's 18 to 22-year-olds as well, so you never know. Nothing is guaranteed. But I tell you what, man, both those games delivered. I mean, whether it was Michigan, Ohio State, whether it was the Auburn, Alabama, you got what you were promised with rivalry week at the highest level of college football.
It was wild. I mean, it was just a great weekend. It was a great week. It was awesome. Now, I do have to know, though, does this, best rivalry in college football has got to be the Iron Bowl. But
it's got to be, right?
It's got to be. I mean, and the things that we've seen, from the kick 6 to the 4th and goal from the 31 with 40 seconds left on the clock this week, there's just always something going down. I mean, it's crazy. I just want to know, when you were watching that game, because I know you're an Auburn fan, 4th and 31, you thought you had the game in hand, didn't you?
Look, man, I mean, if you've ever watched that game, or if you've ever been an Auburn fan, there is no game that is in hand. The last 2 times Alabama's come into Jordan Hare now, Auburn's had a 99.9% chance to win late in the 4th quarter, yet somehow found a way to lose the game. I mean, at least the Bryce Young 99-yard drive, he just
beat you.
Yeah, he just beat you. This last one, you feel like you gave it to him a little bit. You dropped a punt. You're not able to stop him on 4th and goal from the 34. It just, again, and people wonder why I'm dead inside.
I feel you. Do you feel like that was just total coaching malpractice or a brain cramp or whatever? Again, you had a guy who was lined up wrong in the middle of the field. You only rushed 2, but yet you left a spy down there to spy on Jalen Milroy. On 4th and 31, you want a quarterback to go out there and run. You're going to get to him eventually. And the other thing is in the end zone, why do you have your back to the quarterback when everybody's basically playing zone coverage?
It baffles me. I don't know how you really rush 2 and guys have their back turned in the end zone with the ball in the air. You got to have 5 offensive linemen. You got a quarterback. So they got 5, and you got 9. Not a mathematician, and they've got to score. It wasn't like they had to get, 17 yards, where the whole and there's 30 seconds to go to set up for a field goal. I mean, they had to score a touchdown to win. It was lack of execution. I don't. The thing is, though, I would have rushed 3 with kind of a late insert 4. But my biggest thing is, when you're in that situation and you're Auburn couldn't get there with 4 the whole game. So do you sit here and say we're just going to waste an extra guy or an extra couple guys to rush Milroe, and we know we can't get him down, instead of having those guys back? I actually thought Ron Roberts called a pretty dadgum good game at the end of the day. It was poor execution, man.
It was poor execution. It was, and again, for Auburn fans, that was heart-wrenching. And all the girls on the TV that kept showing crying, I actually felt sorry for them. But I'm sure somebody was there to comfort them before that night was over. But like Alabama fans, it just is crazy. Now, what do you give Alabama's chance to now beat Georgia going in the championship game? You got Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, SEC championship game again. Who you like?
Look, I mean, right now I'm leaning Georgia, but at the end of the day, what I love is this matchup is kind of conflicting ideologies, right? Georgia is very matter of fact in what they do. There's not a lot of improvising. There's not a lot of, the play broke down. Here goes Carson Beck on the move, creating again. Then you look at Alabama, and some of their best offense is when they're creating. There's been times where they've been able to run the ball. There's been times where they haven't. But Jalen Milroe, ever since kind of their offensive renaissance, when they realized they were going to have to score a lot of points against LSU and may want to tailor the game plan and play calling to what Jalen Milroe does best, they've really been able to kind of find themselves a little bit who they are. It's controlled chaos. So at the end of the day, man, it's a heck of a matchup. I just think that that Milroe will make a couple mistakes against Georgia because Georgia can actually get him to the ground. They're one of the few teams that are athletic enough on defense to actually not just get there, but get him on the ground.
I think that it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. It's going to be Georgia, Alabama, Saturday on CBS at 3 o'clock. Georgia, 5-point favorite over Bama early in the lines. Now, switching gears, got to know about the first championship game we're going to see that really matters, not the New Mexico State Liberty game, but Oregon and Washington. I have a feeling that basically if Florida State beats Louisville, even though Louisville lost, and Florida State, who played Florida, and let's just be real, that game to me, Florida, in my opinion, is absolutely terrible, to be honest with you. They gave up 33 to Missouri. They gave up 52 to LSU. They gave up 39 to Arkansas and 43 to Georgia. Florida State only gets 24. Florida State, I don't think that they are going to be on paper or by the boys in Vegas one of the teams favored to go down to the championship. But if they win this week, they are going to be in.
Yeah. And they should be.
And they should be, yeah. The only thing is that I feel bad. Like, the ACC ended up being such a weak conference this year. Louisville losing 38-31 to Kentucky takes a lot of luster off that championship game, but they should be there. When I look at that, I think to myself, what if Oregon-Washington, it comes down to a last-second field goal, and maybe Oregon beats them by a field goal in the end, in which it's a great game. Is there any chance that two teams from the pack get in over Florida State?
If Florida State's undefeated, I think they're in. Because if not, you just set the worst precedent ever. You basically just said at the beginning of the regular season doesn't matter, or if you get one player hurt, anything you've accomplished doesn't matter. We can't live in that world and be serious. We really can't. When I look at the Washington game, what I'm interested to see, and listen, I think Florida State, you can make a very good case, is the most vulnerable team that's a favorite in their championship game. Obviously, Oregon's a favorite, so you can't sit here and say Washington's vulnerable. And then you look at Georgia and Alabama, I think would probably be second if we're going to talk Power 5. But if they win this game against Louisville, which right now I'm leaning Louisville, Johnny Radio, just to be honest with you, especially after they lost against Kentucky.
Me too.
If Florida State does beat them, they have to be in. Now, you bring up the Washington one loss. Here's the thing. I think Ohio State's loss is better than a Washington close loss against an Oregon team. So if we're going to get into the debate about who has the best one loss, we got to go in order of who has the best one loss. So I think it would be a very tall mountain to climb for Washington. I really don't see a way in which they lose and still get in unless there's some chaotic scenario that I haven't worked out in my head, which is very possible.
All right, got to get into a little bit of other. We just got chaos everywhere, basically. I love it. My man Sharon Moore, who goes out there and out-coaches Ryan Day. I thought it was a fabulous job with Michigan and what they did with Ohio State. Ohio State has the playmakers. They had the opportunities. I feel like Michigan's coaching staff, even without Coach Kaki, out-coached Ryan Day and Ohio State. What do you think about that game?
Look, it went exactly the way I thought it was going to go. If you watch Crane & Company, look, we're not always right, but we had this one dialed up. I thought Ohio State would just make more mistakes than Michigan did because this was going to be a game about who loses it, not really who wins it. And you saw who flinched first. You saw it a couple times. You saw it when Sharon Moore decided to go for it on 4th and 2 early when Ryan Day decided to punt on 4th and 1. You saw Kyle McCord make the big mistake early and get that turnover to get the ball rolling ahead for Michigan, and they were able to stay ahead. But the best part about that game, and one of the reasons why it was such a fantastic game, is because there was an answer for an answer. Every time Michigan would do something, Ohio State would do, and it was back and forth, and Michigan showed again how much of a veteran team that they are. And Ohio State's not young, but they're young and green at some crucial positions, quarterback, center, tackle. And I think that's what cost them in the end. But you got to give credit to Sharon Moore for being aggressive. That's what I like.
All right, we got a bunch of coaching carousel going on. I mean, like speaking of like some coaches, Sharon Moore doing his thing. We got a lot of stuff that changed. You got Jonathan Smith now leaving Oregon State. He's not a Beaver no more. He's going to Michigan State to be a Sparty and joining the Big Ten since his Beavers got left out. Mississippi State hired offensive coordinator Jeff Lebby. A lot of people around these parts know him when he was the OC, of course, at Ole Miss. He's been the OC at Oklahoma. I feel like that's a great hit, a great hire. And then you had the Texas A&M debacle. Was it going to be Stoops? Oh, nope, their fan base went crazy. They go with the defensive coordinator, former DC, before he became the head coach at Duke down at Texas A&M. He's now the guy. Out of those three hires, which fits the best?
We talk about fit. At the end of it, I think we kind of overrate fit a little bit. I mean, you look at Sam Pittman at Arkansas, man, it's a great fit, except on the field. You can coach ball, you can coach ball. Especially in the NIL recruiting era where you're able to pay guys now, the relationship, while it still counts for a lot, doesn't account for what it used to. If I had to say who made the best hire, I thought all hires were good. I thought everybody made a good hire. I think Mississippi State ended up hitting the biggest home run, and I cannot wait for the Egg Bowl now with Jeff Lebby, who was with Lane Kiffin for a long time. Ole Miss fans know that. Runs a very fun style of offense. I'm already taking the over in every Egg Bowl from here on out. I think they made the best. I think I would put Mike Elko. We need a bigger sample size, right? I believe now you got to go do it in the biggest stage, which I think eventually he can. And then, you look at Jonathan Smith. I think this was just out of necessity. You look at what happened to the Pac-12. I mean, this man's got a family. I think at the end of the day, it was a smart move for him and the security and blame the Pac-12 because he played at Oregon State.
Yeah, and it's got to be hard for him to leave. But again, you have the security at Michigan State knowing you're in the Big Ten. Who knows what the hell the Pac-12 is going to end up looking like? There's two of you. Good luck out there. So I completely get it. The one thing I was going to say, though, I am, the Elko, I know everybody is super, super high. I'm just wondering, what about that offense? Are you worried about Elko being a defensive guy? Who do they go get to be offensive coordinator? Do they keep Bobby Petrino, or do you go get somebody else?
Man, I would love to keep Petrino if I'm them. Why not? I mean, you got a quarterback in Connor Wegman. They're used to each other now. And at the end of the day, A&M to me is a place where you can win. You have to have the right pieces. And I think Elko understands how to hire guys, even though he's early in his head coaching tenure. I actually think that's one of his strengths. But I will say this, it could go south with Bobby Petrino very, 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 very quick.
It really could. It always can go quick with Bobby, just especially when he's on a motorcycle with a blonde. I got to know, speaking of the Heisman and Jayden Daniels and his performance this year, the things that he's done is ridiculous. In the SEC history, if you are responsible for 50-plus touchdowns, you win a Heisman. Jayden Daniels responsible for 50 touchdowns. Previous quarterbacks to win a Heisman and do that: Joe Burrow, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, and Bryce Young. Jayden Daniels now has 50. Does he get it, or does this go to Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix, who, by the way, his completion percentage is nuts? He may have played his most complete game this weekend. Who do you like for the Heisman and why?
Look, if it was me, I'd give it to Jayden Daniels. I think he made enough big plays. Look at the numbers. They're absolutely insane. His numbers are so good, you have to have him in consideration. And then you look at how his team performed. There's been guys that have lost 4 games and won the Heisman. To me, if I'm looking at the most dynamic player with the best numbers that I think is the most dangerous, I'm going with Jayden Daniels.
I can't argue with you at all. I have to say you're 100% right. Got a question, man. I had a great weekend in college football, college basketball. NFL yesterday had way too many damn underdogs. Talk about a lot of chalk yesterday. It's crazy. In fact, if the Vikings cover tonight, it'll be the most favorites in a weekend in like the last 10 years covering the spread.
Love to see it.
Golly, who do you like tonight? The Bears, Vikings, and how was your NFL slate?
It was pretty good. In college, my number's insane. I think I'm like at 66% or something like that last time I checked. But in the NFL, above water. I think I'm up like 7 or 8 units. I like the over tonight at 44, to be honest with you. I really like the over.
Over?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm in with that.
Over. It's at 44. It may be at 43.5 now, but if it is, great.
Give me a little bit more juice. Now, what you got coming down the pipe on Crane & Company this week? I know y'all are busy.
Dude, we got everything. If you check social media right now, we just released that we're in a movie. It's called Lady Ballers. It's hilarious. If you like sports movies that are funny like the way they used to be, you'll love this. It premieres this Friday at 7 p.m. on DailyWirePlus.com. It's called Lady Ballers. Go check it out. We had a ton of fun. There's a ton of people in it. But you can find us on YouTube, CRAIN and Company. It's a great time.
Follow Jake on Twitter at JakeCrane_. Follow his comrades, David Cone and Blaine Crane at Blaine_Crane at David Cone. I think it's David Dam Cone, right?
Yeah, David Adam Cone.
David Adam Cone. I couldn't remember. Yeah, I knew it was something
close.
like that. It was close.
Dyslexia there, Johnny Radio.
And don't forget at Crane & Company. Make sure you get him on YouTube. You can find him anywhere podcasts are done. And he is the best. Tune in on Monday. Jake, be blessed. And I can't believe it, man. Christmas is around the corner. We got championship week. It's just going to be a fun ride to the end of the year. Be blessed, my friend.
You too, my friend. Appreciate it. Hope everybody had a great holiday.
That is Jake Crane. I'm telling you, check him out. It's time to talk a little bit of Tiger basketball. We got Terry Davis next. Again, Tigers have been kicking teeth and taking names. That is until Villanova. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Wow, I feel good. Shopping at DriveMax. DriveMax, you get value.
Need a car that screams I feel good? DriveMax has it all. From cars to SUVs, find a tightly inspected used car that'll have you dancing all the way home. Call 901-664-2424 or visit DriveMaxApproval.com.
DriveMax, I got approved.
Whether it's date night, a birthday, or just because, raise a steak in celebration at Ruth's Chris. Open in the Regalia Shopping Center at the corner of Poplar and Ridgeway. Treat yourself to one of our classic USDA prime beef steaks, seasoned and broiled to perfection. Then serve sizzling hot on one of Ruth's signature 500-degree plates. Visit Ruth'sChris.com to make a reservation. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, Memphis. This is how celebrating more is done.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join me and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner to close out Week 12 as the Minnesota Vikings host the Chicago Bears. The Vikings are 6-5 in the thick of the playoff race with the new quarterback in Joshua Dobbs. Next up, division rival Chicago, and the Bears have their own dynamic quarterback in Justin Fields. Join us on Monday Night Football.
Right here on Sports 56.
As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers Stay Hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. I like putting parlay bets together, hammering the overs, and anytime player touchdown bets always have me on the edge of my seat. So if you're ready to do the same, visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $5 pregame money line wager required. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, the official hotel of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working towards your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day. From comfortable guest rooms to a complimentary hot breakfast, Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay. Fairfield by Marriott, part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels, an official hotel of the NCAA.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Fall is in the air, and so are Choate's Early Bird Specials. Right now, receive $1,000 off the purchase of a new Carrier gas furnace. Carrier furnaces come with some of the best warranties in the industry, and Choate's has been professionally installing them for over 60 years. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, Choate's also offers competitive financing solutions for you and your family. If your heating system is in good shape, make sure you take advantage of Choate's Early Bird Tune-Up Special for $60. This tune-up is an in-depth 20-point inspection to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter season ahead. So call 347-8086 to schedule your early bird special today. And turn to the experts with Choate's and let our family serve your family.
Hey, everybody, that to-do list for the holidays? Well, you're going to want to write this down. Go to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch. A lot of these new Silverados have red tags, and Kevin and Jeff said they'll get you financing as low as $1.9 or $2,000 cash. You can get one of these new Equinoxes with financing as low as $1.9 or $1,000 cash, and your good credit deserves it. And look, I'm out here in Olive Branch, and All-Star has any new Chevy you want. Tahoes, Trailblazers, and a lot of families I know love these new Traverses with all the cargo space and third-row seating. And so can you. And do more together this holiday season. Military, teachers, college students, healthcare, you get $500 bonus. And if you want certified pre-owned Chevys or any pre-owned car, All-Star has a lot full. Silverados, Ram trucks. Here's a Nissan Rogue, Lexus, Honda, Suburbans, Jeeps. If it's not here, just ask Jeff and he'll find it for you. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Mount Moriah or Bartlett or even Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long, and now we got to talk Tiger basketball, a little Tiger football. We got Terry Davis. Follow him at TerryD515 and listen to him every single Monday. Well, almost fast forwarded to Tuesday. Every single Monday right here on Sports 56 98.5 FM. Read his stuff at the new Tri-State Defender. TD, did you have a good weekend, brother?
Man, I had a great weekend. How about you?
Man, I did very well. Did a little Arkansas family tripping. Dry County, sober for a while. Then did the Memphis thing, partied like a rock star, played ball like an all-star. And then went to Tupelo and did the family thing and was granddad. I'm back here, back in the saddle. But it was a great weekend because I had football, family, tons of food. Life was pretty good. Anything good for you? TD, we lost you, I think. But anyway, we had a great time with Tiger basketball. They got into business. The only business they didn't get into was the Villanova game. I have a small theory on why Villanova got on top of them so early. It was a little rough for the Tigers. What up, TD?
Yeah, what up? So in Arkansas, they got dry counties, but you can get medical marijuana all across the state.
Oh, dude, this is the weirdest thing. Dry county, no alcohol. Medical marijuana you can get, yes. And you can't gamble. Like your little BetMGM, your FanDuel, DraftKings, Fantasy, whatever. None of that work in Arkansas. But again, you can smoke weed, but you can't drink booze. In Tennessee, you can't get weed, crazy. But you can gamble like a maniac and drink tons of booze.
Oh, okay. All right. Tigers, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm kind of glad they lost. I'm not glad the way they lost, but that would have raised the expectations of the city so freaking high. And then also it brought out who the true haters and trollers are of the school, too.
That's a good point. I can see that, but I also have a theory on why they were so bad in that ball game. Do you know whose birthday it was the night before they played Villanova after his 36-point performance?
DJ?
David Jones, man. I think you got to remember, most of those dudes are over 21, probably everybody but Ashton. After you just dominate Arkansas on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, you go out, party a little bit, maybe down to the Bahamas, come out a little bit shaky on Friday. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And also, too, that'll give Penny some motivation to look, this is what happened if you don't stay focused, so you can use that as what happened if you don't stay focused, if you don't do what you need to do, because they totally came out there. They couldn't hit a basket in the first half, and they couldn't defend nobody in the first half. And it made a difference. A lot of people say, oh, it's because of their zone. No, it's not because of their zone, because they got some zone shooters out there with Ashton out there and JQ. But I just think, they just wasn't – they never were shooting great anyway. They were scoring way up. But I didn't never like those rims. I don't think they like those rims either. So I think once they get back to the fold, Penny have something to do this week. They off all week until they go to where? Oxford this Saturday.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to be a big one, by the way.
Yes. Are you going down?
Yes, I am. Of course I'm going down, man. Are you kidding me? I got Tigers, Ole Miss, Chris Beard, Penny Hardaway. It's something I think is going to be pretty impressive. And then don't forget my daughter will be cheerleading. So, yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game, and it's going to be a good test. I think Memphis should beat them by double digits, but it's still going to be good. And, that's not the game I'm looking forward to. The game I'm looking forward to is the one in 2 weeks when they go down to Texas A&M and play Texas A&M down there. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Man, that is going to be a very good basketball game. What a hell of a schedule they have early in the season. And, again, they've answered all the tests. The only game they didn't look good was Friday against Villanova. And, again, my theory is – the boys came in with a little bit of a hangover, a little touch of the hangover because they, celebrated David Jones's party. Who wouldn't celebrate after beating Michigan and beating Arkansas and being in the Bahamas? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I concur with that. I didn't expect this team to go 38-0. They're going to have some losses. They even going to have a couple losses in conference. But as long as they can go and win the conference tournament and win the regular season tournament, I think all will be forgiven.
I think you are 100% right. Now, Penny, again, has a complete different team. It's filled with a bunch of transferred and grown-ass men. Let's just be real. This ain't a bunch of one-and-dones. This is some grown-ass men playing some basketball, doing grown-ass men things. I love this Tiger team. I do have a question about a few players. What can Brown do for you? Well, right now,
Brown can't do much for you.
He can't do jack. And the simple thing is, for me, the reason he can't do anything is because I've been saying this since game one. When I watched him, I was like, damn, he is out of shape. He runs up and down the court 3 times, and he looks like he is about to fall over, and he's just sucking for some air.
And he just has no offensive flow, too, man. He just throws the ball up there. And I think Malcolm been looking at him play so much, he just throws the ball up there because, 80% of his shots will go up there has no chance of going in.
Just it's crazy. As good as this team is, their one weakness has to do with the center position. You got Malcolm, you got Brown. Can they find it? I hope so. They're going to have Stansberry, Penny, all of them have got their hands full because they got to get both of these dudes in a little bit better shape, especially Brown, and they got to find out a way to get them in the flow of the offense.
Exactly. But you can't be in the flow of the offense if you have no offensive flow.
That's a good point. Speaking of the flow, how's Javon Quinterly's his barky knee?
He was at the game last night. He looks to be in pretty good shape. Him and Walton was at the game at the Minnesota game in the FedEx Forum last night. It was good to see those guys out there. He wasn't walking with any type of limp or anything, but he was in good spirit. And he was having a good time, It wasn't like he was partying up and down, but he didn't like he had any noticeable limps or anything. And he got a week to get ready.
That's also a great point, too. Again, the nice little break. Last game, I believe they played was on the 25th. They won't play again till this Saturday, so everybody should be nice and healed before they head down to play Ole Miss. Now, if it was football, I'd be rooting for Ole Miss. It is Tiger basketball. I'm 100% going for the Tigers, so I'm excited about that because I just think this could be a very, very special season. But if Javon Quinterly's knee's a little bit bulky, it could get derailed. When he has control, the way that he helps this entire team get into flow and kind of run the tempo of the offense, it's something to see. How important is right now, do you think, JQ?
He's very, very important, because he's the locomotive, and Nick Jourdain is the caboose. Nick Jourdain does all the little things, but this team gonna go whatever JQ takes them. He's the leader of this pack. He leads the offense. He gets them in control. He's an emotional leader. He knows what it takes. He's been there before. So as long as everyone falls in line, my thing with this team, and I've been saying this all along, is when no one expected them to do nothing, they're doing well. Now that the expectation has changed and they're starting to have some success, how do they handle success? Do they still handle success with the same poise they had when they didn't get no respect? If they can do that, I think they can. I think this team could really grow, because Penny has a habit of growing his team come January. So if this team can take a notch up in January, it's gonna be scary.
And also, I'm not that worried about this team in that aspect. Penny Hardaway teams do always get better, but a lot of it had to do with the fact that how young a lot of the people that were playing on the court are. I don't think that success is going to go to these guys' heads. There's a bunch of dogs out there. And again, you also bring off a young feller, the coach's kid, Ashton Hardaway. Whoa, what was that? Where did those threes were raining. You told me he had a stroke. He found it. He found it on Thanksgiving night.
He just don't shoot the ball. I'm glad I'm not part of the coaching staff, because he'll have bruises on him all the time for me beating him down for not shooting the ball. The dude can stroke it when he lets it fly. He does not lack confidence.
No, he does not lack confidence at all. This Tiger basketball team, pretty damn excited about it. What are some of your takeaways from what we learned about Atlantis?
That they can actually play, and when the lights are bright. And, one thing I was shocked at, because, David had a reputation of eating up on the smaller schools, but he didn't eat up on a big school. Now, he changed my opinion by showing out and playing against Arkansas the way he did. Then that said, okay, he can play against the big boys, because sometimes you can play against lesser competition and just dominate, but when the competition gets brighter, can you do that too? And we need Walton to get more consistent and more aggressive too. So, if he's going out being aggressive, and then Jones is being aggressive, then, Mills going to be the defensive dog. Man, as long as these guys stays healthy, man, that's the only thing I see slowing this team down.
And by the way, don't forget, Caleb Mills' defense is so nasty. He didn't let even East take a shot in the second half in one game. Then he came down there and got a steal, went down there, did a little shimmy shake. My man fell down and then buried the shot. That was probably the play of the weekend, wasn't it?
That was the play of the weekend. That break the ankle, step back three, made everybody, because it was so good. They were talking about it 2 games later, man. That's how good that was, man. That step back three, it was beautiful.
That was absolutely beautiful, man. I'm looking forward to Ole Miss Saturday, big game with the Tigers. The season's going along really, really well. What are they going to be ranked? What's your prediction when the rankings come out? How high are the Tigers?
They'd be 20th in one poll and top 20 in another, the coaches poll. They'll be higher in the coaches poll, but they'll be probably still in the 20 to 25 range in AP when the poll come out in about an hour and 15, 20 minutes.
About 1 o'clock usually, you say?
About 1 o'clock usually.
1 o'clock usually. We'll find out how high the Tigers are ranked after a great showing down in the Bahamas. Just a great showing. By the way, it was the Battle of Philadelphia on Friday. Tigers lost to Villanova, but they took care of Temple. Tiger football finished the seasons on a high note. What do you think about the job Ryan Silverfield's done?
He's done what was expected of him. To win at least 8 games, be in contention for the championship game. Everybody think, we should play for the championship game. If it was that easy, everybody be playing for the championship game. People don't respect the other teams in the conference that they play in, SMU, Tulane, UTSA, even the Charlottes and stuff, because every team gets up for Memphis because Memphis has a reputation of being a big boy. And they beat the schools they should have beaten, and they came close to beating the other schools. If they had, 1 or 2 plays and beaten either Tulane or SMU, we'll be playing a game this weekend. So that's how close the margin is for for victory and defeat in this conference. Just because you're a big dog, you still got to go out and play the games because everybody not just gonna lay down and let you win.
No, everybody's not going to lay down and just let you win. That's not the way. I mean, heck, even the Grizzlies, they ain't going to lay down and let you win. They got a first home win against Minnesota. How'd you feel about the Grizzlies taking care of business?
You mean getting the 8th straight home loss?
Oh, was it their loss? Oh, no. They're still looking for their first home win.
Utah on Wednesday night. That's what they're looking for.
Ooh, man. Poor Grizzlies. Heck, and Ja doesn't come back till December 15th.
Yes. And that was good news, too, man, because I thought he was coming back in New Orleans. His first game back will be on the 15th because what happened is because Memphis didn't make the quarterfinals, the NBA is going to add 2 games for Memphis' schedule, between, before Ja gets back from suspension, 1 home, 1 road game, which pushes his return date instead of the 19th up to the 15th.
Now, that is actually great deadgum news.
And I just found out last night because I thought, the team was going to have like a mini all-star break because they weren't playing because of the quarterfinals and all like that. But not, NBA said, no, that's too much dead weight, so we're going to move a couple games up. 1 home, 1 road game up.
By the way, I got to say, I saw one of your tweets this week. I have to say it was one of the most on-point tweets I've seen in a long time. You said the Suns may have defeated the Grizz, but the Grizz girls always win.
You know what, man? You got to take some happiness out of that.
Yeah, you do.
Girls, they do a great job, and I always try to spotlight them every game I choose because one, they almost like Elvis. They have a different outfit on every game, and they always out there performing, man. That's one thing about it. The Grizzlies might lose a game, but you will go down there and have a great time at the FedEx Forum when they playing.
Man, it's always bumping at FedEx Forum when the Grizzlies are playing. It's such a different atmosphere from a Tiger to Grizzlies game.
It's almost like it's almost like it's grown folks down there. Even though it's a bunch of kids at the Grizzlies game, but it don't feel like kids there. It just feels like an adult environment.
Man, yeah, it really doesn't. Now, I got to ask you, boy, man, your Steelers just somehow win football games. They finally got over 400 yards the first time this year. Their offense produced over 400 yards in a football game. It's got to feel good. Mike Tomlin's got his business going. How you feeling about your Steelers right now? They're right there in the thick of things. I mean, they're in second place with Cleveland, who's 7-4, but Cleveland's got a backup quarterback who's, from DTR to PJ Walker, neither one of them were very deadgum good. Their defense, I think, is a little overrated. They got taken care of this weekend, big time. Pittsburgh, is this a playoff team?
It is a playoff team. It's amazing what the difference in the play call can make because you don't think a play call can make a difference, but you being conservative and not going down the field, you're not really giving yourself a chance to win. So what they did yesterday, man, they just opened the playbook up. They just, instead of doing those little dump-off 5-yard passes, they did some 15-yard passes, 20-yard passes. They went down the field. Calvin Austin looked good.
Calvin Austin did look good.
Yeah, and, it just goes to show,
Pickens looks great. You know who I'm still going to be, honestly? Deontay Johnson, what he did, I would rip him. I know he's great. I'll tell you one thing. I'd put a knot up his keister. That was the worst possession of plays. The ball hits him right in the hand on one play. He drops a guaranteed touchdown. And on the next play, when there was a run, he didn't go out there and block anybody. Then the ball's on the ground. He just stands there and looks complaining, doesn't even try to pick up the ball, doesn't try to make the tackle, just stands there pouting like a baby. Is this a guy you want on your team? I know he's immensely talented, but damn, dude.
I don't know what it is about Pickford and wide receivers, but it seems like every one of them seems like they got a screw loose somewhere.
That's true, man.
Man, I don't know what it is, but they've always had one. He also had an incident last week on the sideline with a coach, too. So it's just weird, man. All these wide receivers in Pittsburgh, man. It's maybe just a wide receiver period, but they just got some guys who just got screw loose.
They haven't had a real, just like a dude who I feel like fit them at wide receiver since Hines Ward.
Exactly, because he was the mantra of what a wide receiver is. He was grit and grind. He didn't mind blocking. He didn't mind taking a big hit. Hines was probably one of the better receivers that didn't get the credit, but every defensive player hated him too.
Man, that is the truth. Terry, tell me what you're working on this week. I mean, you got a busy week. You going to be down in Oxford? You going to be with the Grizzlies? What you going to be doing?
I don't know, man. You know what? If the Grizzlies win Thursday, I'm going to Dallas and Phoenix. If the Grizzlies don't win Thursday, I'll be in Oxford. Seriously.
Dude, I want the Grizzlies to win, but damn, I want you to be down in Oxford with me.
I know, man. I know. And I love going down to Oxford. You know what? I tell you what. If the Grizzlies win, I go to Dallas and I fly back Saturday and go down to Oxford Saturday morning.
Man, that sounds like the plan. That sounds like the plan.
Because I love going down to Oxford. I love going down there. And I hadn't interviewed Beard yet. I think he a butthole, but I don't know, so I need to interview him personally to figure out is he really good or he just really a butthole.
Man, that feels like the great title of a beautiful article right there. Is he a bungholio or is he a good dude? I love it. Terry, man, I hope you had such a wonderful time. I appreciate you giving me your time and enjoy this week. I know you'll be busy, and I hope to see you on Saturday. All
right, my brother. Y'all be good, and go Grizz, go Tigers, and everybody stay healthy and pray for the Tigers to make the Liberty Bowl.
Dig that. Good job, TD. That is Terry Davis. See him at the new Tri-State Defender. Don't forget, if you're going down to Oxford, you want to look good, you want to feel good, Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, down in Olive Branch. You can check them out online at frontierwesternstore.com. You can check out all their boots. Yeah, they have the largest boot showroom in the world. Western boots, work boots, cowboy boots. Got you covered. You need some dress boots. They got you. They got Hey Dude. They also got hats. They got jeans. They got fall fashion for the ladies because they have a ladies boutique. They have a children's department, a men's section. And again, 5880 Goodman Road, down in Olive Branch, or online at frontierwesternstore.com. We've got Hardwood. We've got NFL Breakdown. We've got bets and so much more back in Two Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry, and they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Bartlett Small Engine has free pickup and delivery both at your home and curbside for lawnmowers, blowers, edgers, and any small engine. Call 901-386-9779.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
At the Home Depot, we have all kinds of trees, but the one thing they have in common is they were all made for joy. Like the 7.5-foot Jackson Noble Fir artificial Christmas tree for only $2.99. It easily clicks into place and comes to life with 1,200 color-changing lights and 8 different remote control settings. When you buy your tree at the Home Depot, not only will you get more out of it, you'll be able to put more under it. Bring home joy with your perfect tree from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78, that's Lamar, and the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's
Welcome back to Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. Man, it is a Monday after Thanksgiving. Hopefully you got everything going in a little bit of gear, feeling a little bit better, maybe kind of trying to shake out them cobwebs. But, one team that's got to shake out their cobwebs would be the Panthers. And I'm sure you saw that the Panthers have now fired Frank Wright just after 11 games. That's 2 seasons in a row that Frank Wright has been fired. Got fired by the Colts last year. Got fired this year by, of course, the Panthers. I don't know how much of it is Frank Wright's I know that he's got a hand in it. He's the head dude. But, dude, he's the one who did not want Bryce Young.
That's right.
He wanted C.J. Stroud. You give him Bryce Young. You gave him a little bitty guy who can't play quarterback in the NFL. Was he great in college? Damn right he was. Mackenzie Milton was great in college. Paxton Lynch was great in college. We see a lot of dudes who are great in college that can't play in the NFL game. And Bryce Young is just one of those dudes. He can't even see over his linemen when they get down in a three-point stance. He looks miniature. Bad pick. It's his fault. It's all his damn fault. Poor Bryce Young. Golly, we just talked about it earlier. The Iron Bowl. Remember last year, 99 yards to go and win that junt? He did some amazing things in college. This ain't college football, and the Panthers are a bad football team. They got beat by the Titans. Think about how much better Will Levis looks than Bryce Young. Sad stuff. Man, so much NFL we got to talk about on the other side. The Patriots, they're just terrible. Hey, what do you think about the DeVito kid?
I think he stinks.
Hey, he got to win. He's better than Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi.
Not better than Dak Prescott, though.
Dak Prescott, 4 touchdown passes and a absolute rout on Thanksgiving Day. That was painful to watch, actually. I felt bad for the Commanders at one point. Usually don't feel bad for people, but 45-10.
Heck yeah.
The fourth quarter was what was crazy. Commanders couldn't score in the second half at all. 49ers beat up on the Seahawks also on Thanksgiving. The weird one, though, is, dude, the Packers came out and beat the brakes off the...
What a game that was. Whoa, the great game to start Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was so upset about that.
Feels like these games happened 3 weeks ago, John.
It does.
Wow, what a long weekend.
And it was Thursday. It was just Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. We got one more game in Week 12, and that's the Bears and the Vikings after a historic week of favorites covering. Is another favorite going to cover? I don't know. Not yet. But I'm going to tell you my opinion here about 12:50, what I think about the Monday night game. On the other side, though, we're breaking down the NFL. And at 12:30 today, we got Hardwood because it feels so good. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
How's the Christmas shopping going? Yeah, that's what I thought. But Frontier Western Store will make it a lot easier. Everyone loves something from Frontier. They have thousands of coats, shirts, and boots. Outfit the entire family today. Looking for a Carhartt beanie? Frontier has every color they make. You'll find a whole wagon full of beanies. You'll also run into the largest selection anywhere of in-stock Carhartt and Ariat jackets and coats. They have endless aisles, an astounding collection at amazing prices. Don't forget the boots, work boots, and dress boots from Rocky, Dan Post, and especially Ariat. Frontier is the place to shop for name brand boots at the lowest prices every day. Way lower than chain stores and online. Thousands of boots in all sizes for men, women, and children. Not sure what to get? Frontier gift cards are always the right size, color, and price. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Year-end means huge savings at Gossett Kia on the Pike with the season of giving back. About 41 MPG for those holiday road trips. 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $27.99 due at signing. Family road trip, 2024 Kia Sportage LX with class-leading cargo room and rear seat legroom, $299 a month, $34.99 due at signing. And get where you're going for less in a 2023 Kia EV6 Wind, 134 City, 101 Highway MPGE, $379 a month, $49.99 due at signing, all 36-month lease. Plus a free charger with your EV purchase and Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month lease, $650 acquisition fee. Must finance through Hyundai. Forte LXS, PE 694,095, MSRP 21,610. Sportage R722, 7239, MSRP 28,715. EVP 560, 3393, MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2023 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Want to play a private country club but only pay daily greens fees? Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis is your place. You can now play a beautiful, challenging course for only $59 plus tax, including carts. Meadowbrook Country Club features champion Bermuda greens and now is available to everyone. A membership is only $350 per month and includes tennis, pickleball, and swimming, plus a great restaurant and bar. Golf Pro Mark can even fix you up with custom-made tricks on clubs. Call 870-394-4186 today for your Tuesday through Sunday tee time at Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis.
How long has it been since you heard the term being overstocked? Well, it's happened at Family Leisure. Yep. That means you get the savings, like select patio sets that are up to 50% off. If you need a play gym, you're in luck because they're also overstocked and start at under $2,000. Pool tables and game room items up to $700 off of in-stock items. Saunas, massage chairs, arcades, even theater seating. Special financing is available with free delivery. Family Leisure is extending sale pricing on all in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. And if you need supplies to close up your pool for the winter, Family Leisure has them up to 30% off. It's been a while since you've heard of an overstock sale, but Family Leisure is right in the middle of one. Huge deals and a huge overstocked inventory. That means great savings for you. It's happening now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Let's end this year with a bang with Gossett Mitsubishi's Mitsubishi Motors year-end sales event. You want huge savings? We Gossett. The awards keep coming for the world's first and best-selling plug-in hybrid SUV. 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. 420 total range and PGE. We Gossett at $299.96 a month. Plus, 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Buy for $26,850 or $379 a month. Plus, IIHS top safety pick in seat 7. 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander. 32 $185 or $399 a month. All equipped with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want it, we Gossett. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
PHEV PZ062 MSRP 44,355, 84 months, 500 military and conquest or loyalty rebate. Outlander RZ 006545, MSRP 33,185. Sport RU 00104, MSRP 27,850. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Hour 2 is brought to you by the best. That would be Tito's Handmade Vodka. If life brings you lemons, don't freak out, don't fret. Just make a lemon drop, but make sure it's always with Tito's Handmade Vodka. We got a lot of NFL news to talk about.
John, I've got breaking news before we get into any NFL news. I've a lot of breaking news. A lot of things coming out right now. So are you strapped in?
Hey,
what do you want
speaking of
first?
coming out, P. Diddy's, basically his security guard basically came out and outed P. Diddy. And also, speaking of coming out, Will Smith. Who knew that Diddy and Will Smith?
Diddy also beat his wife or girlfriend, whatever it was.
Golly. Well, it's probably because she wasn't a dude.
So I got breaking news, John. I have football breaking news and basketball breaking news. This is all relative to the University of Memphis.
Whoa.
And the Tigers program. What would you rather have, football or basketball first?
Let's get a little football since the end of the season is almost here. We got our fingers crossed for the Liberty Bowl.
We have two entrances to the transfer portal so far. Davian Carter, the Tigers starting right guard, has entered the transfer portal, and On3 is reporting that he's going to be one of the hot commodities on the offensive line. So maybe going to a P5 school. Davian Carter, the 6', 285-pound right guard that has pretty much started every game since he joined the Tigers. Also joining him in the transfer portal, backup quarterback Tevin Carter is in the portal.
Not surprised at all. My man wants to play. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame him for that. But I will say the guard situation, I don't like that. That man can pull. He's got great feet.
Right. No, he's a good player. Started every game this season. Has started, I believe, 23 games since joining the Tigers last year. So it's pretty much started every single game he's played at since joining the Tigers. Basketball news, John. The AP Top 25 poll is out, and the Tigers are not in the AP poll. They for a third straight week, the Tigers are slotted at number 26th in the country, receiving 159 votes. John, to make matters worse, the coaches poll is also out, and I am seeing that the Tigers are now out of the coaches poll after being number 23rd last week. I need to go double check that. I saw somebody report that, and now I'm not seeing that. So I will check that. But as of right now, it looks like the Tigers are 100% not in the AP poll. Looks like they might not be in the coaches poll either.
So they get second in the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis.
Hey, good job getting the corporate sponsor in.
Yeah, man. But Bad Boy Motors just sounds dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's
mowers, not motors.
Bad Boy. Did I say? I said mowers, didn't I?
You said motors the second time.
You know,
lawnmowers there,
it's
John.
after 12 o'clock, those deadgum edibles always kick in a little bit about this time. But, man, listen, you beat Arkansas, who was at the time ranked in the top 20. You didn't beat them. You smoked them. And I know the score got a little bit closer, but you dominated that game.
So entering the top 25 that were not in the top 25 last week, it looks like Villanova's back in the top 25 after winning the Bad Boy Mowers battle for Atlantis. BYU is now in the top 25. BYU, if you want to watch a fun team, that BYU is a fun team to watch. Colorado State, after a big win over Creighton over the weekend, is in the top 25. Illinois in the top 25, and Oklahoma, 6-0 start for Oklahoma. They are in the top 25. Memphis on the outside, receiving the most votes, but they are on the outside at number 26 yet again. Alabama drops 6 spots. It looks like Arkansas is now out of the top 25. Florida Atlantic, after winning their tournament, they were in the ESPN Events Invitational, I believe. They rose 6 spots to number 13. Tennessee drops 3 spots. Purdue, now the number 1 team in the country after winning Maui. Arizona, number 2. And Marquette, number 3. That's your AP top 25, John.
Man, that really actually frustrates the hell out of me as a Memphis fan.
Yeah, I'm trying to find...
I mean, they got a game against Ole Miss. Ole Miss is undefeated. They play them, December 2nd?
Yeah, but Ole Miss has been... Whew,
they've
of
been
these
barely
wins have
winning
been
these.
rough.
They've been, but hey, you know what? A dub's a dub, as they say at Florida State. A dub is a dub. But they do have Ole Miss, and they have VCU, plus they have a game against Texas A&M. Texas A&M is ranked in the top 15, right? Where are they today?
Oh, good question, John. Let's see. Texas A&M is number 14. They dropped 2 spots.
Damn.
They lost to Florida Atlantic on Saturday, I believe.
They also play
Friday,
Virginia later on in in December. I know that. And Virginia is still in the top 25, correct?
Virginia is not in the top 25,
Oh, they fell out?
John. Let's see. Virginia, are they receiving votes?
The
6
Cavaliers
votes for
were.
Virginia. Ole Miss is also receiving 5 votes for any Ole Miss fans out there. Arkansas receiving 10 after being left out of the top 25 this week.
You know who plays Virginia this week, which is going to be kind of funny? You know, Texas A&M and Virginia play in the ACC SEC Challenge.
That'll be fun.
Both teams, the Tigers, are going to play. That's a game you want to keep your eye on. That game is this Wednesday, by the way.
John, so I am now seeing the coaches poll updated today. And whoever I saw report it, I wish I could give them credit. They are correct. The University of Memphis, along with Virginia, are both out of the coaches poll.
Damn, I'm glad I didn't bet on that.
Yeah.
I would have said, I mean, not that I can bet it somewhere, but if somebody would have said, man, Tigers going to be in the top 25, I guarantee
I thought they'd be in the top 25 as well. Now, after that Michigan loss, I mean, I still thought they'd crack
Villanova.
it, but... what did I say? Oh, yeah, I said Michigan. I'm sorry. Villanova lost. But that Villanova team, man, they are good. I've been high on that Villanova team.
Also, though, but are we
since
really going to
preseason.
penalize a team for having a bunch of dudes of drinking age going out and celebrating David Jones's birthday after he scored 36 points on Arkansas's face?
Hey, look, maybe you need to reach out to some AP voters and give them that hypothesis.
You got to look at everything. Like, you can't just look at the final ending results when we're ranking teams. You got to know that they're celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
They went on the road and slapped Missouri in the face.
Ooh, we also have, just so many good things coming out right now. Action Network's Brett McMurphy. I'm sorry, I've kind of
hijack
this
it.
segment. Brett McMurphy has updated his bowl predictions. Brett McMurphy from the Action Network. Let's see where he has the Tigers. He has the Tigers playing Iowa State in the Liberty Bowl. John, did you see Iowa State beat Kansas State in a snowfest over the weekend?
Man, there was so much good college football this weekend. To be honest with you, it was absolutely ridiculous. And then championship week starts on Friday. You get Oregon, Washington. Plus, we have New Mexico State and Liberty also on that Friday for a little bit of championship action. And then Saturday, it just gets buck wild. So I'm pretty stoked about that. One thing I will say is we're going to be breaking down the SMU-Tulane game. Tulane being a 4-point favorite over SMU, the way SMU's defense has been rolling, and Tulane lately hasn't been able to score. Got a little bumps and bruises on that that D end, man. I'm telling you.
I will say, Tulane impressed me with that win over UTSA over the weekend. That was a good win.
They've had this Tulane team. has had some of the tightest games, though. Like,
They sure have.
They almost lost to Tulsa.
Mhm.
I thought for sure they were going to lose to East Carolina.
UAB had them on the ropes.
Rice had them
Oh, yeah.
down. I mean, this team just has been pulling games out their keister. North Texas, they beat by 7. It's been an interesting year for Tulane, but they do keep winning the games. Now they play SMU. But, man, tons of college football to get into, tons of NFL, tons of stuff, a couple coaching things. Also, we talked about, of course, earlier, Mississippi State hired offensive coordinator from Oklahoma, Jeff Lebby, who was
right.
also the offensive coordinator at Ole Miss. Before that, at Central Florida.
Yep.
My man does a lot of high flying.
Sure does.
His offense is get up and down, and they score. I love the hire from Mississippi State. Congrats. Michigan State hired Jonathan Smith away from Oregon State. My man Jonathan Smith played. He was a Beaver. He wanted to be a Beaver for life. But, man, when you're in a conference with only 2 teams and you get the security of going to Michigan State, where they did give Mel Tucker a $90 million contract, I think if I'm Jonathan Smith, I'm balancing as well. Security, family. So we've had some hires. And then, of course, Elko leaves Duke and he goes to Texas A&M.
What a wild weekend of Texas A&M reporting it was.
Dude, yeah, again, and the whole Stoops was going to be hired, and the fan base came out there and got crazy. Reminded me when Tennessee was going to hire Shiano. Remember that? And the fan base went absolutely bananas. But it's been a weird week, and we also have more coaching news. Did you know Houston fired Dana Holgerson?
Sure did.
They said it was because he had a bad dad sitcom 1970s hairstyle. Didn't have to do with the fact that he was 4-8 this season, but it's that four hair. He's got like 4 to 8 pieces of hair that he comes over.
That's right.
They had to get rid of that. But also, did you know Indiana fired Tom Allen?
They did. Yep, that's right.
I'd fire him too if I'm looking at Michael Penix Jr. and basically you ran him off. Look what he's been doing. He was the talk of the town when he had him over in Indiana. And now my man is not. Did you hear the rumor mill that's being reported?
No, what's that?
Indiana's looking at John Gruden. Is there any chance that this is real?
There's no chance. Does John Gruden have connections to?
Dude, I just know that I was looking on my X, and a lot of people were saying, man, Indiana's going for a home run. They're going to try to get John Gruden. And I was like,
it does look like a lot of people are talking about this. This actually might be a.
I know. It's trending on my X.
Interesting.
And then, usually on did you know that people have different trending things?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's tailored to you.
Oh.
So like most days when I open up and it took me a while to understand that, but
yeah, because I always thought people were getting like brothel information.
But see, I always thought people were tweeting about Elvis. I was like, that's weird, and so then I realized it's tailored for each individual person.
By the way, one of the things that was trending on Twitter for me this morning, and I found it to be a fascinating story, was a wife dragged her husband who was cheating on her back to the brothel that he had spent $6,000 at the night before. My man,
that sounds like a Hardwood story.
It is kind of a Hardwood story. I was just using that as like that's what X is giving me. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Like, but also it did show me that they have John Gruden possibly become the next Indiana coach.
That'd be something.
I don't know if I believe all that. But now it is time to get into a little NFL action since we've been talking a lot of poppycock. And I got to start with a little something I'm actually upset with. I feel like Josh Allen got robbed yesterday. I'm serious, a heart attack. That is
what a game that was.
That was one hell of a football game.
Also, nothing I love better, John, than when one of those 3:00 games gets a little long, goes to overtime, and we just have that smooth transition from that 3:00 game right to the primetime game. I don't need that hour window from 6 to 7:15 where I'm just like, what do I watch right now? I like that one went until about 7:10, 7:05. That was nice.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. But again, that Eagles Buffalo game was absolutely awesome. And you got to tip your cap to my man, Jalen Hurts. I don't know if you know this. Jalen Hurts is a dude. Do you know that he has now four straight fourth quarter comeback wins in a row?
Good Lord.
He did it against, of course, Buffalo. The week before, it was against Kansas City. Man, I have to look at their schedule because, damn it, I can't remember all the games in a row. But that's 4 straight games.
Wow.
where they've come back to win. Nobody's had more fourth-quarter comebacks in a single season. 3 other dudes are tied with him, but, man, 4 fourth-quarter comebacks in one season. Okay, I got it. Here it is. He came back on the Bills and won, Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Commanders.
Wow. And shout out to Jake Elliott for nailing that field goal to
59 yards.
Yeah, that was crazy.
59 yards. Dude has got some stones, but it shouldn't have come down to that, to be honest with you.
No, it shouldn't.
Because
Jake Elliott was also at the Memphis Temple game on Friday, so he's doing a little bit of everything over the weekend.
I wonder if he hangs out with Bradley Cooper.
I have no idea.
Bradley Cooper was screaming after he made that from his box in Philadelphia when the Eagles beat the Bills. He was going crazy. But the horse collar.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is rolling out to his right. A horse collar is a penalty. He horse collars Josh Allen, slings him to the ground. The ball comes out. They call it intentional grounding. When they threw the flag, I was like, yes, they extended the drive. 15-yard penalty, first down. Instead, the intentional grounding moved them back to where they were even out of field goal range, and they had to punt the football. Like that call right there, to miss that call, to be standing right where the umpire was, and to miss it, it just really got, I don't know, and if you can't tell, I had the Bills.
I see.
And that just broke my damn heart. I had them +3. They should have won the game, but I hate the way it ended. Buffalo, kissing your sister, jacking, basically not winning, is painful, especially when it comes down to I know there's more plays that should have been made. There was, Josh Allen threw a bad interception, but Hurts did as well. It was right there, 339 yards in the air for Allen. He also had 9 carries for 81 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns through the air. I thought Allen was playing really good football. But damn, man, Jalen Hurts, man, just runs for the win in the overtime, and the Eagles rally past. And I don't know, that was painful for me to see, because that basically, I feel like, ended the season for the Buffalo Bills. They needed that game more than anybody.
Yeah, you might be right on that.
And now you can just basically stick a fork in her, because the Buffalo Bills at 6-6 with the 3rd hardest remaining schedule in football, I don't feel like they have a chance. Now, other games from this weekend there was a lot of good football. There was a lot of crazy things that went on.
John, look out for the Broncos.
God.
I mean, hey, look out for them. They've been winning. They're on a win streak.
Russell Wilson, 134 yards is all he had through the air, but that's all they needed, because this is a very lucky Broncos team. They played a Browns team that does not have a quarterback. They knocked DTR out. They brought in P.J. Walker. I mean, we're talking about Dorian Thompson Robinson and P.J. Walker as the quarterbacks for the Browns.
Yeah, DTR, he took a big hit.
He took a huge hit. But they've lost. The Broncos beat the Browns' backup quarterbacks. They beat the Vikings' Josh Dobbs' backup quarterbacks, and only won by 1 point, by the way. Somehow they beat the Bills and the Chiefs in back-to-back weeks, which was impressive, and have a win over Green Bay at the time by 2 points. They are winning extremely close football games.
Playoff team?
Maybe.
John, I've seen tougher schedules. I'm just saying.
I will say, though, playing on the road at the Texans next week is going to be a tough game.
That's a tough one.
That is going to be a tough one. They still have the Lions remaining, the Chargers, the Patriots, Chargers, and Raiders.
They can beat the Chargers twice.
Yeah, they can. I mean,
they can beat the Patriots.
Hey, I got a question.
Beat the Raiders. Wow, look at that.
Is there a team in all of sports, like if you look at right now what's going on with this, I don't even know what to call this team, the Chargers. They are.
Oh, and those uniforms they were wearing last night, please.
The Chargers team is too good to be that bad. You know, when we talk about the best compliments for coaches, you always start off if the product is better than the pieces.
Yeah.
You look at Mike Tomlin, what he's able to do with this Pittsburgh Steelers team. You're like, man, that's impressive. But for Brandon Staley and the Chargers, the pieces are way better than the production. Like, he's got too many dudes out there to get beat this close in so many deadgum games. It just does not make any sense. I don't know why he's still coaching. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to fire people out there, people. I promise you that.
Maybe on the first train out after the season's over.
I would think so. I mean, the Ravens last night didn't even look all that good.
No, they really didn't.
Offensively, they were completely awry. And again, I go back to this. Everybody's telling me that Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Oh, he's the greatest quarterback in football right now. What the hell you watching?
Dak Prescott.
What the hell you watching? Dak Prescott's playing a hell of a lot better than Lamar Jackson.
Put him in the MVP conversation.
I mean,
John.
my man throws a few slants in the first quarter, and everybody's talking about how great he is. And then what did he do the rest of the game? I mean, my man couldn't throw the ball to a wide open receiver.
How about Zay Flowers last night?
It was just embarrassing. Zay Flowers, man. Dude, also, what about the fact that the Ravens got the cover because of that touchdown?
That's right. Oh, that was fun.
I mean, that was...
I'm guessing you were on Ravens -3 like I was.
I was not. I was on just the money line because I was not laying the 3 because it looked somewhat fishy. And then I was like, I knew it. I'm glad I took the money line. I'm glad I took the money line. And then when Lil Homie takes off and scores that touchdown, I'm like, ooh, if you had the Chargers +3,
ooh, that's brutal.
You're wanting to pull your hair out.
Brutal. They were just gonna run it out, and then he had wide open field, and he said, "Let me go get another touchdown."
I swear, Lamar tried to pull that thing. It looked like Zay Flowers just took the ball out his hand and said, "Damn it, I'm running it."
I'm going to take this to the
twice
house.
you faked it to me, and you took off up the middle, Lamar.
Crib.
And then he took it, and it was nasty. Man, we got so much NFL football to talk about, but we do have to take a quick break because we have Hardwood on the other side. But I do want to remind you, it's going on now, but December will be here before you know it. And you can get this deal only through November. And that's going to East Memphis, Little Italy. They want to spoil you with a piece of Italy you can feel, taste, see, enjoy, and eat. East Memphis, Little Italy at 6300 Poplar Avenue, hidden in the back of the corner of Poplar and Massey. They want to bring Italy to you, and what they're also bringing you is the best damn deal. Purchase any 18-inch pizza and get a bottle of Chianti for only 56 cents. That's right, a bottle of Chianti for only 56 cents. It's $30 to get the bottle. It's 56 cents if you tell them that you heard this on Sports 56. Be like, man, I want me an 18-inch pizza and a bottle of Chianti for only 56 cents, man. And they got you covered. Don't forget their pizza's out of control. Their calzones are the best in the city. They're the best I've ever had. They're hot from the oven. They're stuffed with your choice of meats and veggies, perfectly melted cheese. I'm telling you, it's out of control. Don't forget to try their rigatoni vodka, their Alfredo, lobster ravioli, their lasagna. The dishes at Little Italy, East Memphis, Little Italy, are out of control. Again, 6300 Poplar Avenue, hidden at the back, at the corner of Poplar and Massey. Give them a call and place your order and pick it up and go home and have a wonderful life. 901-729-7432. 901-729-7432. East Memphis, Little Italy. Hardwood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, everybody. That to-do list for the holidays? Well, you're going to want to write this down. Go to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch. A lot of these new Silverados have red tags, and Kevin and Jeff said they'll get you financing as low as $1.9 or $2,000 cash. You can get one of these new Equinoxes with financing as low as $1.9 or $1,000 cash, and your good credit deserves it. And look, I'm out here in Olive Branch, and All-Star has any new Chevy you want. Tahoes, Trailblazers, and a lot of families I know love these new Traverses with all the cargo space and third-row seating. And so can you. And do more together this holiday season. Military, teachers, college students, healthcare. You get $500 bonus. And if you want certified pre-owned Chevys or any pre-owned car, All-Star has a lot full. Silverados, Ram trucks. Here's a Nissan Rogue, Lexus, Honda, Suburbans, Jeeps. If it's not here, just ask Jeff and he'll find it for you. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Mount Moriah or Bartlett or even Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
It doesn't matter if you're at the lake, if you're hunting, fishing, playing golf, or just playing around, Scooters Plus can hook you up with the mobility that you need. Scooters Plus has the largest vehicle and parts inventory in the Mid-South and the best service department. You can choose from ATVs, UTVs, golf carts, motorcycles, dirt bikes, trikes, scooters, and even electric bikes. Come in today to start or wrap up your holiday shopping with 25% down on Christmas layaways. Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. Call Sam at 458-8843 or go online to scootersplus.us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm here with Mark, the owner of Dyer's, out in Collierville's historic town square, where they've been cooking up them burgers since 1912, the old-fashioned way. Mark, what's going on in life? I see you got your 4 kids with you. What do they love about Dyer's?
Man, they love everything about Dyer's. They love all the great food that we serve, and they really like eating our good food and watching some of their favorite sports.
Braden, what do you like at Dyer's?
I like a bacon burger with fries, a milkshake, and with a Tigers game in the background.
Carter, who's your favorite football team?
The Carolina Panthers, and just with some macaroni with that sounds amazing.
My man Beckham, what's your favorite food over at Dyer's?
We like the double cheeseburgers.
Kinley, what is your favorite dish over at Dyer's?
Daddy's cheeseburgers and the Dallas Cowboys game in the background.
Just remember, everybody, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team out and eat at our place.
So head on over to Dyer's in Collierville's historic town square.
As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers Stay Hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. I like putting parlay bets together, hammering the overs, and anytime player touchdown bets always have me on the edge of my seat. So if you're ready to do the same, visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $5 pregame money line wager required. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. It expires 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78. That's Lamar. And the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. We're about to get into a little hardwood where it just feels so good. Got some great stories from over the weekend. A lot of crazy stuff. A lot of fun stuff, too. And we're about to get into it. But I want to remind everybody, man, it's going to be December before you know it. Like, it's right around the corner. Thanksgiving, come and gone. That's right. Today's the 27th of November. December 1st is this Friday. That means Santa Claus is coming down the chimney like 25 days later. So you need to get your little tail in gear. And I know you want to make your children happy. Everybody want to make their kids happy, or their significant other, or their spouse, or their husband, or their boyfriend, or their dude on the side. Make sure you go to Scooters Plus. They've got everything. They've got, everything. They have parts, repairs, sales, and service, but they got go-karts, scooters, golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, mini bikes, e-bikes, dirt bikes. If it's got a motor, electronic or gas, they got you covered. Scooters Plus, they got financing options available. Go online to scootersplus.us. Check those out. Again, when you want a big purchase, you want to save big, the place that saves big and the price is always right, that would be at Scooters Plus. Head on over there, check them out. Make sure you make your child or your significant other extremely happy. Get that outdoor action going on. Scooters Plus and scootersplus.us. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Man, where do you start? I think I'm going to start with what I was talking about just a little bit ago, and that was the Buffalo Bills. Did you know Josh Allen now falls to 0-6 in overtime games in the history of him being a Buffalo Bill? Has never won a game in overtime.
That's insane.
That is insane. And you could tell the frustration was boiling over. Did you see where Shaq Lawson shoved the Eagles fan?
No, I did not.
So Shaq Lawson, Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, and damn it, I can't remember who else. Somebody else was hanging out there. There was about 4 of them standing there. And there was an Eagles fan who was in the front row. And he was yelling and throwing his arms and talking all kinds of trash to him. And again, the Buffalo Bills are now 6-6 on the season. This is a team that had, huge playoff aspirations. Well, after the game, they lose. My man over at Lincoln Financial Field's kind of giving him the business. And Shaq Lawson runs up to him and then shoves the dude in the front row. Not a good look.
No, not great.
Not a great look. I think it's not as bad a look, though, as Josh Allen being a superstar quarterback and 0-6 in playoff games. Does he just lack the clutch gene, sir?
Maybe. That's a possibility.
Maybe. Maybe.
You making fun of me?
Nope. Not at all. I was just talking.
Sounded like you're making fun of me because I stuttered there a little bit when I was giving you
I wouldn't make fun of you stuttering. I can't read. I can't talk half the time. The edibles kick in. I say backwards names. Things happen.
I guess so.
And then, sometimes I act like an a-hole, and I guess maybe I was making fun of you.
Maybe that's what you were doing.
I didn't intend to do it.
Okay. I accept your apology.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting my apology. Now, there was, the FCS playoff game was this weekend as well. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the first round of the postseason, sadly, Southern Illinois 35-0 beat up on Nicholls State.
Sure did.
But the game, getting beat 35-0 wasn't the problem. Do you know that after they got their tail handed to them, they were stuck at the dang airport for 22 hours?
Yeah, how about that? That's crazy.
24 hours is in a day, right?
That's right.
It's 24 of them. They were 2 hours short of a whole damn day stuck in an airport. By the way,
no, thank you.
You can't afford booze for 22 hours in an airport. Because airport booze is way too expensive. The food also at airports is not very good. And this airport looked extremely cheap. I feel bad. You get beat 35-0, and the worst part of your trip is not that. It's actually being stuck in damn, dude. Like, how you just leave them there for 22 hours?
Yeah, it's rough. That's awful.
Like, how about get a hotel?
You just got to sit there. The only thing you can think about is that you just got smoked. It's rough. Blanked.
They finally got back home. It was extremely late. They didn't land till Sunday night.
That's crazy.
Poor guys for Nicholls State. Got your butt handed to you and couldn't get a flight out of town. That's honestly, that's just terrible. That's just absolutely terrible. Terrible. Now, a few other things, some things that are kind of terrible as well. What is going on with bodyguards these days?
I don't know.
Hey, listen, if you're not employed anymore, just go out and do it. But did you know that, is it Puff Diddy? It's Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy.
And he goes by Diddy.
He's Diddy. He's a lot of man of many names.
Did he or did he not do it is now the question. Did Diddy do it? According to Diddy's bodyguard, he said that he always, he would always drop off Puff Did he used to go by Puff too?
Yeah.
Puff, Puffy.
Or Sean Combs.
Puff
if you wanna
Daddy.
use his government name.
That's his real name, Sean Combs?
Yeah,
Sean
Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Puffy, it's plenty of names that you can go by. Like I said, man of many names.
Well, according to the security guard, Puff Daddy forced his then girlfriend to hire a bunch of male sex workers to work for him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. If you hire a bunch of male sex workers, do you think the girlfriend should know that maybe he swings both ways? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, Diddy has been in the news for the last couple weeks. A lot of bad stuff going on that it sounds like he's a part of. His girlfriend, he I think both physically and sexually abused her, and then was sending her out to
pick up dudes.
Well, what I heard a couple weeks ago is basically he was pimping her to
pimping her to other dudes.
Other dudes,
because he didn't want her.
And then I think for a brief span, or maybe they were broken up. I don't know. They were broken up, and she was seeing Kid Cudi, and so Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car allegedly. And everyone in Kid Cudi's party was yeah, it was definitely Diddy, and Diddy was I don't know. So it's crazy right now.
Did he
Diddy's
or
bad,
didn't he? Puff Diddy. I think he did.
Maybe.
Also, again, don't forget Will Smith. Now you know why he slapped Chris Rock. Chris Rock said no, and he went up on stage and slapped him. Because Will Smith, he's all about him and Diddy should hang out. They could do a little get jiggy with it.
Gross.
Nah. Nah. Come on over here, Puff. Speaking of just some weird stuff, social media, couple wonderful publications out there like Total Pro Sports or whatever. Have you ever even read that one?
Total Pro Sports?
Yeah, it's basically
It's a website?
It actually is, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen this on they have a Twitter page that's you kind of sometimes see their stuff.
Yeah, so you do, and it's always something absolutely crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are going crazy and saying a lot of bad stuff about Josh Giddey, and I'm here to defend this man. Okay.
Okay.
So some people are wondering if Josh Giddey was sleeping with an underage girl, who, by the way, is what, 17?
I think 16.
Thought it's 17.
Yeah, but I think when this is
quote the video,
it's been very I've seen some people say that she's 16 now, and when all this happened, she was 15.
No.
I've seen some people saying that she's 17 now, but when these videos and stuff were taken,
she
was 16. So I don't know, John. Whatever it was, she was underage. It's disgusting.
Well, here's the point, though. Here's the point. This is where you can't get mad at Josh Giddey, because where did Josh Giddey meet her? In a club. That was 21 or older. I got video evidence.
John, you know that's the fact that's where he met her?
I don't know if it's the fact where he met her, but here, let me tell you something. If she got into the club and she could trick a few bouncers to letting her in the club at 16 and have people feeding her drinks, and then she runs up on a Josh Giddey and starts, nah. And next thing you know, he's grinding, he's all up in it. He can't be blamed for the bouncers letting a girl in that's underage to an all 21 and older club.
Huh.
Because your assumption is everybody in this club is 21 years old. So I'm here defending Josh Giddey.
Let's see. Huh.
And by the way, let me tell you something. Do you think I'm out here complaining? When I was a senior in high school, that means I was 17 years old. I was dating this 22-year-old.
Huh.
And she thought, of course, I was at least 21 because she met me in the club. By the way, I had a great fake ID from 15 years on. It was great.
Man, fake IDs. I remember at the University of Memphis, there was this one column. It wasn't even a wall. It was a column in the UC that people were like, oh, this is a great spot to take your fake ID picture in front of. And so some days you would just have a line of people just getting in front of that column to take their fake ID pictures. Interesting.
Man, mine was beautiful. Beautiful. So I was hanging out with this 22-year-old girl for a month.
Okay.
And it actually happened to be, I met her in September. So the end of September, a little over a month. I was dating this one girl, and we'll just say her name is Heather.
Okay.
I won't say her last name. And I was also dating a senior another girl at another school who was actually going to Bartlett at the time, Kristen, we'll say.
Okay.
And I got invited by both of them to come to their family Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Now, there's two girls. Their Thanksgivings are at the same time. This is not a lunch thing or a Thursday night. This ain't like separate times. So I could only do one, right?
Right.
So I had to tell this one young lady. I told the high school girl. Because, I'm like the 22-year-old is just like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I told the one that was my age, I'm like, I can't make it. Gonna go out of town.
Uh-huh.
Got family Thanksgiving to do. I'm so sorry I can't. And I told Heather, heck yeah, baby, I'm gonna come over for Thanksgiving. It'll be a throwdown.
Okay.
So I go over to Heather's house. Right. I knock on the door.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, damn, this house looks so familiar. And I'm too dumb
maybe
to realize.
Just driven by it a couple times.
Just
nice house.
Maybe. And I'm like, man, how do I know this house? Anyway, I walk up to the door and I knock on the door. Guess what? Heather didn't answer the door.
And Heather was the one you were supposed to be.
That's what I was meaning.
Okay.
Kristen answered the door. The girl I said no to because Heather and Kristen ended up being sisters.
Yikes. Huh.
And somebody would be like, hey, you didn't know their last name? Do you know there's a lot of more Hardens out there? There's a lot of Smiths out there. No, I did not. I did not connect the dots.
That's some sort of Thanksgiving.
One was more top heavy. One was more badonkadonk. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, man. I felt bad for me at that time because damn, I was uncomfortable. And just so you know, no, I didn't come in very far. I walked in the door, saw her. She answered the door,
and you left.
And I said to myself, and at first my first response is, "Surprise! I made it."
Ha!
I was like, I told you no. And I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, what did I do? Did I come to the wrong house?
Went to the wrong house.
And then when I walked a little bit further in and I saw Heather, and then it was like, John. And then they both realized real quick.
And everything clicked.
I ran like the wind blows, son.
Interesting.
We'll say I didn't go out with either one of them ever again.
Surprise, surprise.
Both ladies, though, I give a straight up solid 9 to.
Good genes, I guess.
Great genes. But yeah, that was because of Josh Giddey. I got off on that subject. So I have a feeling like, listen, quit killing Josh Giddey. If he met her at a club where everybody's supposed to be 21, how about you get onto the bouncers and start saying, bouncers, do your damn job? Agree or disagree?
I disagree. I don't have enough facts, John, to agree with something like that. I think it's crazy he played the other day. I mean, it's an investigation going on. He's out there hooping it up for the Thunder.
I mean, he's 21 years old. He's in a club. He's rich, man.
Yeah, but Wander Franco, same thing happened. He never played again for the rest of the season.
No, she was his girlfriend for over a year, and she was 15 years old.
But this girl says she was his girlfriend.
This girl's also like taking pictures of her and Josh Giddey and putting them out on her social media saying, I did Josh Giddey.
More pictures than I got from Wander Franco in this girl.
We also saw Wander Franco from the DR has also got now like 3 underage girlfriends.
Yeah, there's a ton of girls. I mean, it's every young girl's now coming out against Wander Franco.
Like, yo, Wander, you got a little thing. He's disgusting. And again, I don't think you should ever sleep with underage ever, ever, ever again. But man, Josh Giddey, if he was at a club and he only slept with her one time, by the way, at least that's what Josh is saying. I feel like that was
did
false
Josh say
advertisement. Yeah, not.
John, you said a couple things today as fact. That is not.
He did not say it. But all the people who are defending him have a great point. And by the way, this girl ain't cute enough to be a girlfriend to an NBA player. She's cute enough for a one night for a guy like Josh Giddey. But this ain't relationship material.
So let me get this straight. So we don't know for a fact, but we know for a fact that Josh Giddey met this girl at a club.
I got pictures of the club.
And we don't know for a fact, but we know for a fact that the Tigers lost to Villanova because they were out partying the night before for David Jones'
That's the only thing that makes any sense to me.
I just wanted to make sure I got
David Jones scores 36 points on his birthday. You think all of his guys are not going to go out there and party with him? They're in the Bahamas, man.
Right.
A little siesta going down.
Right. A little siesta action.
We're going to take a quick timeout. On the other side, we got to figure out who's going to win this game. Which side are we going? Are we going with the Bears or the Vikings? I'll tell you next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Want to play a private country club but only pay daily greens fees? Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis is your place. You can now play a beautiful, challenging course for only $59 plus tax, including cards. Meadowbrook Country Club features champion Bermuda greens and now is available to everyone. A membership is only $350 per month and includes tennis, pickleball, and swimming, plus a great restaurant and bar. Golf Pro Mark can even fix you up with custom-made tricks on clubs. Call 870-394-4186 today for your Tuesday through Sunday tee time at Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Year-end means huge savings at Gossett Kia on the Pike with the season of giving back. About 41 MPG for those holiday road trips. 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $27.99 due at signing. Family road trip, 2024 Kia Sportage LX with class-leading cargo room and rear seat legroom, $299 a month, $34.99 due at signing. And get where you're going for less in a 2023 Kia EV6 Wind, 134 City, 101 Highway MPGE, $379 a month, $49.99 due at signing, all 36-month lease. Plus a free charger with your EV purchase and Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month lease, $650 acquisition fee. Must finance through Hyundai. Forte LXS, PE 694,095, MSRP 21,610. Sportage R722, 7239, MSRP 28,715. EVP 560, 3393, MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2023 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Welcome to the Rendezvous.
This is John Vergas. When my dad started the Rendezvous in 1948, I don't think anyone could have imagined we'd still be serving shoulder, cheese plates, and our world-famous dry rub ribs 75 years later. But we are still here in the basement, in an alley in downtown Memphis. We sincerely thank you for making the Rendezvous what it is today. Charlie Vergas Rendezvous. A legendary experience for over 75 years, whether you dine in, pick up, or ship across the country.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for a fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. What the hell did I just hit to make that noise?
The microphone, did you not?
No.
Maybe it was the desk then.
Man, it sounded like Dacus farted over the airwaves.
It wasn't me. No.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
All right. Well, I'm very glad to know it wasn't you. Now, tonight we have the Bears, the Vikings. Minnesota's a 3-point favorite, total 43.5. You heard Jake Crane like the over. I get it, man. The Vikings, their defense is not very good. The Bears should be able to score. Of course, Justin Fields came back last week, kind of gave the Bears a little pick-me-up. They competed against the Lions. That score was 31-26. That's right. The Vikings, their defense is about as bad as the Lions. Their offense not nearly as good, but the Lions and the Bears and the Vikings, I feel this thing going over. But to take the Bears, you got Justin Fields who's fighting for his reputation, fighting for his job, fighting for everything. Justin Fields against that Minnesota Vikings defense should be able to go out there and go ham, I feel like. I know that if you look at the Lions game, the Lions had 4 turnovers against the Bears last week. I don't think you're going to have 4 turnovers against the Vikings, granted. But I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. It's, of course, in the Dome. Weather's not going to pay any attribute to the game one way or the other. I like the over. As for the winner, I got a slight lean to the Bears. I just feel like Justin Fields is going to be able to get something done. I'm going to put a little bit on the Bears and go over. Hey, y'all do me a favor. Get out there and make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's